Atma Jyotis, Divine Light of Self. I welcome all of you for this session of Atma Darshana. This is the 5th session of Atma Darshana program. We have 1 week Atma Darshana, 1 week Shakti Darshana, and 1 week Satya Darshana. Okay. Atma Darshana means recognizing self, self-enquiry, consciousness. Who am I? Question is addressed in Atma Darshana. Shakti Darshana is what am I? What is the universe is made of? Energy. What am I? And where am I is of the behavior of the mind. Mind is like a ghost. It will keep on going here and there. Who am I? What am I? And where am I? These 3 questions address this spirituality completely. Satya Darshana is about final instructions for a seeker. So that way, 1 week Atma Darshana, 1 week Shakti Darshana, 1 week Satya Darshana. This will go on for a few months. Let us invoke the blessing of Guru Parampara. Sada Shiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Today, our session is the witness consciousness. I am the witness, Sakshi Aham. This is the most important teaching of Vedanta or scriptures. Sakshi. We have to understand Sakshi well. So let us understand the witness consciousness or Sakshi, nature of Sakshi clearly. If you don't understand Sakshi, you will not understand Vedanta. No matter how much you read, how much you study, Sakshi, the nature of Sakshi has to be understood very well. That's why the first book I wrote back in 2007 was called Miracle of Witness Consciousness. Okay. Actually, witness consciousness is not miracle. Witness consciousness is natural. But the word miracle attracted many people. Miracle of witness consciousness. Right? So, let us understand the principle called I am witness, Sakshi Aham. In nature, there's nothing called verb. There's nothing called noun. In nature, everything is continuously changing. So Prakriti, the word Prakriti, Krati means action. The nature is always in action mode. There's no moment of stability at all. Then what we are seeing as stable is just an illusion. Right now, all of us are moving at the speed of 25,000 miles or 1,000 miles per hour, 25,000 miles per day. Very high speed, higher than the jet, higher than the rocket. But we feel we are stable. Right now, we think our body is stable. Millions and millions of actions are happening within the body. In fact, trillions. heartbeat, breathing, the blood vessels, cells moving, cells functioning, brain functioning, the communication between the cells of the brain. Millions and millions of actions are happening. And we think it's a stable body. So the stability in nature is just an illusion. What is moving, we are thinking that it's stable. This is real basis of Maya. Changing, we are making it unchanging. How? Using our language. Our language is completely messing up with our consciousness. Our language has only nouns and verbs. Noun does some action. For Rama is moving. Moving is an action, but Rama is stable. Rama is stationary. In reality, Rama is also moving. Action is moving is also happening. Rama is not stable. Rama is not stationary. Rama is a verb. Whatever you call yourself as not a noun, it's a verb. Have you thought of that? All of us are verbs, not nouns. But what happens is our language changes that into nouns. And that changing of the verb into noun programs our brain, thinking that there's something solid in the world, which is actually illusion. This is the root of Maya. Avidya, what Shankaraja says, what is root of avidya? Prakriti, we are thinking that something is stable. Is it clear? So, in a river, how many times you can take a bath? You cannot take even a bath even once, because river is nothing but changing water, flowing water. By the time you put your leg, water has flown. By the time another leg you put, water has flown. By the time you put your leg, cells of body has changed. Each second, our cells of the millions and millions of cells of our body change. You are changing. River is changing. How can you take a bath in the river once? That's why our ancient Indians very smartly told, even if you take a bath in river Ganga once, your sins will be purified. You will be free from all sins. The whole point is they knew you cannot take a bath in river Ganga even once. If you understand that, your sins will be purified. Nana. Right? So, now we will come to our life. What we call our mind is nothing but a stream of thoughts. Ashwini, you have to open your eyes and see. Okay. So what we call as mind is nothing but a stream. It's a continuously changing stream, thought stream. There's nothing called mind. There's a mind stream which appears like a stable mind. And people are trying to master their mind without understanding their mind itself is so fluid, so moving. How will you master the mind? No, I'm not able to control my mind. I'm not able to do anything. How? That's why Arjuna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mano Nigraham Vayoriva Dushkaram. Holding wind is easy, but holding mind is not easy. Because we are thinking that mind is some solid entity to hold on. There's something called mind. There's an illusion of mind. There's no mind. Continuously changing thought is called mind. What is changing? There's nothing stable. Right? So this is called mind stream. This I call it as mind stream. So then what goes from one life to other life is the mind stream. It's like a river. Samskara, vasana, emotions, thinking is a stream. This stream, at the time of death, another stream will come out. There's nothing called one same mind. The mind last second is different from mind this second. Understand? In fact, every millisecond mind is changing. There's nothing called mind. Mind is a verb. Mind is not a noun. Mind is a stream. So then what are you trying to control the mind? How are you trying to control the mind? How are you trying to master the mind? So as Vedanta teaching says, do not master the mind. Observe the mind. Become aware of the mind. Aware of the nature of mind. By the time you try to change the mind, it's already changed. Something else. It's a stream. Mind stream. What goes from one body to other body is a mind stream, a river of mind. There's no solid thing called mind. Now, we think ego is stable. Ego is also not stable. Ego is also one thought in the mind. Ego is just one out of the 70,000 thoughts are there. Out of the sometime I thought comes. I thought doesn't come all the time. If I thought comes all the time, you cannot do anything. I thought is not there all the time. We think ego is very stable. Oh, I want to get rid of ego. How you can get rid of ego? Because it's not there. You can get rid of something what is there. You can get rid of a noun, but you cannot get rid of a verb. Ego thought comes at the end of every action. Every activity, it comes. I did it. It's owning up what has happened, and when you are doing something, that's just doing. There's no doer. The doer thought comes after doing or in between doing. So out of 70,000 thoughts, ego thoughts are very few. But for us, ego thought appears to be very strong, very deep. Entire spiritual teachings get rid of ego. How you can get rid of ego? Because it's not stable. You can remove something which is stable, right? Can you hold the air? Air is moving. You cannot hold the air. You can hold at least stone, which is stable. Air cannot be held. That's why Arjuna says very clearly, Vayo yuva dushkaram, to control the mind is so difficult. It's like a wind. And Arjuna understood properly the nature of mind. It's a wind. So I am worrying, okay? I want to get rid of, say, all the spiritual seekers have one obsession. I want to get rid of ego. I want to get rid of ego. They don't understand there's nothing called ego. Ego is one thought. But ego appears to be strong thought. Everything which I do, it's wound up by the ego. The problem here is owning up is done by the ego. It's like a recording mechanism. Something happened, I recorded it. Means saying that it has to say somebody who did it. So it says body or mind did it. I am the body, did it. It is owning up the thought, owning up the action. But it is when ego is not there, when action is happening. Understand? Ego comes at the end of the action or beginning of the action, but in between it doesn't come. So I would say there is no thinker. Thinking is there. Thinker comes after thinking. There's no doer. Doing is there. The doer comes after that. Doer thought. There's no knower. Knowing is there. The knower comes in between. So the ego is a thought for owning up something. That's all. But now problem for us is ego seems to be very stable. Nothing seems to be shaking the ego. I want to get rid of ego. I want to get rid of ego. How can you get rid of ego when there is not there? It's just one thought. Thinker is just one thought out of million thoughts.
Ego is not stable, but it's rooted in a stable belief system.
No, listen carefully, right? Your belief system is also a thought.
When I say get rid of ego,
that belief system only, so ego, I'm saying ego is a belief system. That belief system you are addressing to Vedanta teachings. No, that's also not stable. I'm saying, listen carefully, right? So all spiritual teachings are teaching about ego. You have to get rid of ego. So we think that ego has something to be got rid of. So believe that I am the ego, you have to get it off. So now Vedanta teaching, I am Sakshi, is trying to remove that belief that I am the ego. That's a deep rooted. So now please understand, all actions are changing. Body, mind, intellect, and world. A changing thing can happen if there's something changeless behind. The changeless is the Atma, the Sakshi. It's like a movie screen. Movie can change. Without screen, movie cannot be there. Okay. So what happens? The I thought, when it records I did something, it is taking the background screen as I and adding body and mind as me. So together it says I did. But I, the background screen doesn't change. So in egos, in the I thought has a changing and unchanging mixed up. If I have only changing one, then it won't be stable. It is mixing up the changing and unchanging and recording as I did it. The recording is happening in the presence of Sakshi. Recollection happens in the presence of Sakshi. So there is a changing part and unchanging. Changing part, unchanging part is movie, a Sakshi. Unchanging part is a screen. Changing part is a movie. Both are getting mixed up in the ego thought. That's why it happens to be stable. So if you are able to separate out what is changing, what is unchanging, the ego thought, we find falsehood of the ego thought. Is it clear? Understood? Right? The only problem which is happening in ego thought is it's mixing up unchanging screen and changing body mind and recording it. So then it appears as though body is stable, mind is stable. Okay? Because stable screen or background is recorded as me. So with the discrimination, with Viveka, you have to change, find out what is changing and what is unchanging. This is called Nitya Anitya Viveka. What is changing, you be clear. What is unchanging, you clear. Then the ego has no locus standing. Ego will disappear. Or ego will be lose its value. Is it clear? The only place changing and unchanging is getting mixed up is in the ego. Ego thought. That's why ego thought appears to be very strong. You cannot remove it because it's taking unchanging. Unchanging is unmanifest. Avyakta. Sakshi. So that particular problem has to be resolved. That's why this is called Sakshi Prakriya or Aham Sakshi. I am Sakshi Prakriya. Is it clear? So mind is changing. What about body? Body is also continuously changing. From animal body to human body, birth to death, to the birth to the old age, to death and rebirth. Everything is continuously changing. It's changing pattern. There's no stability in this pattern. The problem is ego says, I am born, I am dying. Identifying with the body. Identifying with the body is not a problem because the body is changing. But identifying with the Sakshi and the body together is the problem. Are you clear? Its ego is mixing up Atma and Anatma, Nitya and Anitya. There the problem comes. If ego says only I'm body is changing, it's no problem. If ego says Sakshi is unchanging, it's no problem. But ego is confused. It mixes the ego thought confused. It mixes up Anatma with Atma. Atma is Sakshi, Anatma is changing body, changing mind. Very clear? Even what we call as Punarapi Jannam, Punarapi Maranam is nothing but changing bodies, that's all. So, the world is changing, the body is changing, okay? Mind is changing, everything is changing. What is changing? It's called verb, not a noun. But ego is responsible for converting the verb into noun. And verb into noun is Adhyatma, what is called, what we call as avidya. And ego is superimposing changing body with unchanging Atma. It's called Adhyasa. This is where the confusion comes. Is it clear? Now, with the surgical precision, with the sharp knife of understanding, we have to cut this. Atma, Anatma, Nitya, Nitya. No, I will get rid of ego one day. I'm suffering from ego. You cannot get rid of ego because there's nothing called ego. Ego is mistake, illusion. Only thing which can help you to get rid of ego is called sharp intellect. Now there's nothing called intellect also. Intellect is also a flow of ideas. Avidya is ignorance. Okay. What is ignorance? I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. That's called avidya. I am is Atma. The body, mind, and intellect is Prakriti. So you are mixing up, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, is happening. That's called avidya. This avidya is rooted in the buddhi, intellect. Okay. Adhyasa is superimposition. Okay. Atma quality is superimposition, the body. Atma, the Atma is consciousness, body appears to be conscious. And body dies, we'll say Atma dies, I die. So mutual superimposition is happening. Body quality or superimposition Atma, Atma quality or superimposition body. That's called adhyasa. So body is changing, the mind is changing. How can ego be stable? Ego is also unstable. Then what are we suffering? Please tell me. Please tell me, we are suffering in my life. What are we suffering? Can somebody tell you? What are we suffering in life?
The wrong guidance.
We are suffering not because of the mind. We are suffering because of our ignorance. Ignorance is suffering. I don't understand. Suffering is not the mind. Suffering is not the ego. Suffering is the ignorance, adnana. Understand? Our suffering is life because of adnana. Not if you know what is reality, your suffering will go down. And we say, I'm suffering for last 20 years, 30 years. My life is suffering. Which life you are speaking of? As if life is some stable thing. Life is energy flow. There's nothing called solid life. There's nothing called noun called life. There's only verb called life. It's like saying, same river is flowing every day. How can it be? Life is a flow. Are you flowing with the life or you are stagnating? Flow with the life. That's called karma yoga. Flow with the life. That's called living in the present moment. Flow with the life is called yoga. Yoga is moment to moment. And jnana is understand life. That's all is whole Vedanta. Very simple. But we don't flow with the life. The nature, everything is flowing. You buy, I want to go and buy fresh vegetables from the market. Why fresh vegetable? Yesterday's vegetable will not work. Day before yesterday's vegetable will not work. Why? It will rot. Right? Because the nature of vegetable or anything in life is continuously changing, rotting also a part of life. But you're rotting because you're holding on to your memories. You are actually stagnating, holding on to something which happened sometime as stable. There's no such thing in nature. Your suffering is you're holding rotten things in your head. But your rotten things, you don't keep it in fridge. But rotten things you're keeping in your head. And when rotten things keeps in your head will rot. And why you're keeping rotten things in head? Because you think it's stable. It's not. Every moment is changing. Whatever let some incident happen in your life, that you and now you are different. That person, now you person are different. Every moment is new. A child lives in the present moment. Every moment is new for the child. Right? So, a wheel is rotating here. Can you see? The rotating wheel can rotate only if there is some center which is not changing. Axle. Otherwise, wheel cannot rotate. What is changing requires unchanging behind. If unchanging is not there, the changing thing cannot sustain. Movie is changing. That's why it's called movie. But movie is changing because screen is there. It's not unchanging. That's why behind all our experience of changing of body and mind and world, there is something unchanging. Sakshi, the witness. The witness is unchanging. The witness is the knowing principle. So when it says mind, I know, mind cannot know because mind is thought. Thought cannot know anything. Thought is an object. In the physical world, there are objects. A flower cannot know stone cannot know flower because there's knowing quality is not there. Thoughts are mental objects. Physical objects are mountain, river, tree, are all physical objects. Thoughts are mental objects. Thoughts don't have knowing ability. Knowing ability comes from the Sakshi. Now the ego confuses the knowing with the thought. When you say, I know, as if you say mind knows something. Mind cannot know. And one who says, I know, is ego thought is mixing up the knowing with the thought. In fact, mentally you cannot know anything because mentally mind is only full of thoughts and thoughts are objects of the mind. The only subject is Sakshi, Atma. The knowing happens in the presence of Sakshi. Is it clear? The witness. Now, who are you? Changing body? Changing mind? Changing intellect? Or the knowing principle which knows all these things are changing? Why are you holding on to ego, which is mixing up these two? Why are you confusing yourself with ego, which is mixing up the changing and unchanging? Nitya and Anitya, Mithya and Satya, Atma and Anatma, mixing up is happening with the ego thought. But ego thought is also not coming all the time. If your ego thought only is there, then you cannot think anything else. Ego thought will come only at the beginning of some action or end of some action. It is like a typical Telugu film or Kannada film, last scenes in early days. Last scene, hero will come and thrash the villains. Okay, then policemen will come. There will be a group photo, policemen standing and claiming that we only caught the villains. So ego is like, I mean, at least remember when you see Telugu film or Kannada film, you remember this thing. Ego is like a guy who just claims. A claiming thought. And that also will come in only end or beginning. What kind of ego? What do you want to get rid of ego? How you get rid of ego? Which is illusion. You can get rid of some reality, but how can you get rid of illusion? So then we have another confusion. We'll say, see, last 10 days, I am thinking about the same subject. Okay. I am thinking the same subject. As if I am suffering because of my thinking. Last few years, I am thinking of the same thoughts. Same thoughts are repeating. Same thoughts are repeating because you are thinking that I thought is you. You are the witness of I thoughts. I thought is mixing up the Sakshi with the body and mind. Are we clear? Right? Now, how you can say, I remembered, see, I thought of this yesterday and I thought of it today. One who thought of it yesterday and one who thought of it today, is it the same thought? Yesterday I thought of this, today I thought of this. Means today also I say, same guy is recollecting this. It is not same guy. The recording and recollection happens in the presence of Sakshi. So you are always referring to Sakshi and say, I am the same guy. You are referring to changing, unchanging Sakshi and says, I am same. And mixing up with the changing body and mind, I only recollect it. The confusion is happening at the time of recording. Confusion is happening at the time of recollecting. Recording, recollection, everything happens in the presence of Sakshi. Only problem is there's a recording error. Bug. Recording happening where Atma, Sakshi, unchanging, which is I am, which doesn't do anything, which is just a witness, is confused with the body and mind, which is nothing but action and thinking. So that's why you say, I only thought of yesterday. I only thought of yesterday. Which I is this? Is this clear to all? Yes, sir. Vipin, sir, this is your favorite topic, Sakshi. You have any questions?
Then forgetting things is
Yes, Guruji. The knowing ability comes from Sakshi. You just
knowing
mentioned that.
only with Sakshi. There's no knowing ability coming to anybody.
Yes.
Body cannot know. Mind cannot know. Sakshi only is knowing principle. Ego claims that I know. And ego is not a stable thing. We cannot get rid of ego because it's not there.
Yes.
And all spiritual teachings, all religions are saying, get rid of ego. Where do we get rid of ego? Because ego is not there. Ego is just an illusion.
Yes, Guruji. Yes, Guruji.
One Krishna Guruji.
Yes.
Namaste Guruji.
Namaste.
So when body, mind, intellect is called verb, so all the time changing, then where is the question of attachment of karma or vasanas?
Because you are making changing into unchanging. You are making temporary into permanent.
Is
By
because of recording, is the recording happening in the mind?
You're recording it. I only did it. I only did it. You're keeping, accumulating your crime records. You're recording as a karma. Karma is nothing but your crime records. You say, I only did it. I only did it. Okay, record it.
So if I don't record, no attachment, then no karma.
How will you not record? Only with jnana only you cannot record. No, that's why jnanadi dharta karmani. Once you have jnana, all karmas are get burnt.
Correct. You're right.
Anybody else any questions on Zoom? Katyayani, Purnima, Vaniji?
Any
No,
questions?
Prabhuji. All clear.
Okay. So all
Very clear,
enlightened.
Prabhuji.
Hari Om Guruji.
Yes, Mala.
Hari Om Guruji. Guruji, then Adhyasa is happening in the level of Sakshi itself, no Guruji? If it is.
Adhyasa is happening. I'll tell you,
Ah.
Adhyasa will next. Okay, in future will come.
Okay.
But Adhyasa is happening right now. Think of that. How
Mhm.
Adhyasa happens later.
Because totally basic itself is shaken, Guruji. No, this Adhyasa is happening in Sakshi, and basic itself is shaken. Guruji.
What basic? Who is shaking? For whom is shaking? Tell me.
For Sakshi only, it's collecting the thought. Sakshi
For
only
whom is
giving the-
shaking? For basics, who are shaking to whom?
For Jiva. For Jiva. That's
Who is
what-
that
for
Jiva?
That who's changing, quite often changing.
Who is not there?
Okay. Okay.
Mala is not there.
But this collective, this thing, Guruji, Allindi, Vishya, Illindi, Vishanta, that we collected, right? This is how we put friend forth. That has become a pattern, Allah, Guruji.
You know what is Mala? This is Mala, right?
Yes, Guruji.
The beads are strung together, right?
Ha, Guruji.
And what is behind the beads is a thread which cannot see.
Ha, how do?
Without thread, no Mala.
Ha.
Correct? But bead starts thinking that I am standing by own without remembering the thread.
Ha.
So bead lives in illusion.
Mhm.
Correct? Then Mala becomes Mala. Mala and Mala spelling difference is only little bit. Mala means ignorance.
Yes, Guruji.
Huh?
Got it.
Corruption. So, to understand the difference in Mala and Mala, then you will understand spirituality.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
What is the question?
In case of Advaita.
So, in case of Gnani, is there no recording? Gnani has perfectly functioning brain and nervous system, perfectly functioning body. Gnani means so the question is, will the recording be not there in Gnani? Okay. Everything happens in Gnani just like an ordinary being. Okay. So Gnani is as normal, he's not abnormal. In fact, he's very normal. His recording happens, recollection, his memory is also intact. Ramana Maharshi also reads newspaper every day morning. And when somebody comes in, Ramana Maharshi, Namaskara, he'll turn his head and say, what do you want? And somebody comes here, oh, Ramappa, how are you? He'll give an answer also. Then his recording and recollection is happening properly. Only thing is, when it's recorded, in case of Adnani, the I am and the body is recorded as single unit. Okay. In case of Gnani, I am and body is not mixed up for recording. This event happened, that's recorded. All events are recorded as an object, not as subject me. So yesterday I met you. Okay. So I met you is there, but I cannot meet anybody. So yesterday meeting happened is recorded. Jnani recording has no subject, it's only object. And all knowledge memories are very sharply operates because he doesn't confuse the subject with the object. The real subject is Atma, Sakshi. The body mind is a pseudo subject, false subject. So Gnani says, when I say I met somebody, his I is body mind met somebody. Yesterday body mind met somebody, is today body mind met somebody is different. What is common is I am Sakshi. Recording of event proper, okay, recollection is proper, but subject is different. Subject is Sakshi.
Collection is happening. Subject is recollecting.
Recollection is happening. I am the witness of that.
Then forgetfulness is also the same thing. You're not attaching the.
To make you understand this a little bit better, I'll give the example of movie. Kerchief movie. So, a very nice movie is there. Earlier days we called it kerchief movie. We'll take some kerchiefs. The hero is there, heroine is there. The villain kidnaps the heroine. So you enjoy the movie up to that point. They go to Simla, dance and song. They go to a mall, dance and song. You enjoy the movie. Suddenly, villain kidnaps the heroine. Hero starts crying. Then you also start crying. Take kerchief and start crying. What happened to you, movie? What happened to you? You got involved with the heroine of the movie. Okay? Nothing has happened. Movie is going on. The Prakriti is the movie. Nature is the movie. Where your body and mind also is a part of Prakriti. The character in the movie. In case of Adnani, you are identifying the character and you are going through a kerchief movie. In case of Gnani, he doesn't take kerchief. He doesn't need kerchief because he doesn't identify. He just watches the movie. So in fact, Gnani enjoys the Maya movie much better. This is called Maya movie. So that's why Gnani is called Mahabhogi, great enjoyer. But you suffer because when the enjoyment scene comes, you get to enjoy. And when suffering comes, you start suffering because you are getting involved in the movie character. Movie character is what? Your body and mind. Which is actually movie, means moving, changing. Understand? So, is it clear to all? One more example. Now is a cricket season. Cricket matches are going all around. So, somebody is sitting in Bangalore and watching cricket match in Bombay. India loses the match. Then this guy starts crying, gets a heart attack. So, losing team gets $5 million. Winning team gets $10 million. The TV advertiser gets 600 crores. The products who sell the TV, they sell in the TV, 5,000 crores. And this guy gets a heart attack. Free. Why? Because he's identifying the cricket team, Indian cricket team. Indian cricket team also don't get heart attack. They get $5 million. Why are you identifying the movie? This is a question you have to ask. Yes, Narsimurthy, you have a question?
Namaskara, Prabhuji. This is Narsimurthy. Thank
Yes,
you. Yeah. This is regarding Sanchita Karma for the Gnani. In the case of Sanchita Karma, the Gnani, does the Gnani strip off or truncate the Ahankara online, while it is being played momentarily, instantly, because this is already recorded. Ahankara is already recorded. My image about myself is already recorded. When it is being played, because of my jnana, my instruments, inner instruments, work in synchronous with axle, that is Atma. So is that how it works?
No. What is the question? Can you make it simple question? Your question is Gnani Sanchita Karma. Will it be there or not there? Is that a question?
No. The Sanchita Karma is recording of Ahankara, which was recorded prior to Jnana.
Correct.
So once a person attains Jnana, So even though that was recorded in the past, when it is played during the
It doesn't
play,
get played. It doesn't get played. See,
during the
there are
play,
four,
okay,
see, there are four karmas. Sanchita
Okay.
karma, prarabdha karma, agami karma, kriyaman karma, right?
yes, Prabhu.
Sanchita karma is a bank balance.
Yes,
It is there for next lifetime will come. The bank balance will come. That's called Sanchita karma.
yes,
Prarabdha is a part of the Sanchita karma you are taking this life. Only some, if the Sanchita karma is 1,000 crores, you're taking 5 lakh rupees to take this body. That's called Prarabdha
yes,
karma.
yes, Prabhu.
And Prarabdha karma, when you're executing, you're doing kriyamana karma now. And kriyamana becomes the agami, correct?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
So now, in case of Gnani, Prarabdha karma, which is already started, nothing will, it will continue because it's already started.
Yes, Prabhu.
The body has come, the circumstances have come, that will not change. Only intensity of Prarabdha karma will change because he is now facing with more equanimity.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Kriyamana karma will stop because he understands there's no doer.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
And all actions he will do, not for selfish reason. Right? Selfish reason will do when I am the beneficiary. All actions are unselfish. His life is a karma yoga.
Okay. So is it that in that case, is it that I am staying away from my mind? I am not part of my mind. I see the mind as an object. It is a
You
stored
see
in
body, mind, and the world as object, movie.
yes, Shariratraya.
Shariratraya and the world is a
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
So now you are witnessing the movie, you are not getting involved in the movie.
Yes, Prabhuji. There is no abhimana.
Kriyamana karma will not give agami karma phala.
Yes,
Now what
Prabhuji.
happened to Sanchita karma? Sanchita karma, there is no claimer. Bank balance, there is no claimer. Let's say you have bank balance, big bank account. Then you write to the bank, I don't own this account. Then what will happen to the bank account?
Dormant. Dormant.
No, the bank account will be there. Money will be there. Karma will be there.
Yes.
The karma gets redistributed to different people. So Gnani's punya karma will get distributed to their sishas.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Gnani's papa karma gets distributed to people who created trouble for Gnani. It will go back, return policy.
Oh, okay, Prabhuji.
See, somebody comes and shouts at Buddha. Okay? And he spits on the face of Buddha. Buddha just erases his face and walks. He's not getting angry. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So then Ananda asks Buddha, why that person shouted at you, he abused you. Then Buddha says, if somebody gives something to you and you don't take it, for whom does it belong? The person who gave, it will go back to him. Or he'll throw it out. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So now, a Gnani did some karma in Adnana in interaction with some people. Correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So some good karma he did and some bad karma he did. So now this karma what he did, he doesn't take it back now. Delivery is not taken. It's over.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Then it get delivered to people who are surrounded Gnani from different lifetimes. Good karma will go to students and bad karma will go to people who created, who didn't put obstacles in the path of Gnani. Karma delivery happens, but not by Gnani.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Are we clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. I have, if there is a time, I have one more question, follow-on question on this.
Yes, ask.
Yeah. Just soon after Jnana, by habit, prior to that, by habit, I used to get identified with BMI.
Correct.
Soon, even after Jnana, there need some time to stabilization.
Correct.
So during that time, what is the role of intellect? During that time, what's the role of my buddhi and other antakaranas, excluding ahankara?
What is the role of buddhi and antakarana from
Yes.
Jnana to full stabilization? Okay. So Jnana
Yes.
is called Atma Jnana.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, and fully getting established with Jnana is called Atmanishta, Jnana Nishta.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Brahma Jnana is called knowledge, clarity,
Yes, Prabhuji.
intellectual clarity. Brahmanishta is establishing, getting fully established in then Jnana.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, Jnana to Jnana Nishta, there is a gap, time. In Jnana Nishta, till you become Jnana Nishta, the intellect has to use the discrimination again and again to reduce the habit patterns, come out of the habit patterns. So, Jnana to Jnana Nishta, what happens is our old habit patterns, samskaras will come up.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, now the buddhi has to be sharp enough to catch the thief and say, no more samskara.
Yes, that processing has to happen in line.
That processing is done by the buddhi.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so difference is, before Jnana, buddhi was operating under the guidance of ego.
Yes, it was slave of ego. Yes.
Slave of ego. Now,
Yes.
after Jnana, buddhi operates under the guidance of Sakshi, the witness.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes,
now,
Prabhuji.
whatever habit patterns are coming, samskara and vasanas coming, buddhi will face them and say, gradually that samskara will come down. Okay. So, for example, I got diabetes 15 years back. I went to a doctor. So, doctor says diabetes is caused by sugar. Don't take sugar. Okay. So, I got Jnana. Then I come home. Immediately my hand goes towards sugar.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Habit is not gone. Habit is still there. But buddhi will come and say, no, 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 don't eat sugar. It will be trouble. Then I'll keep it back. Again, I see it sweet. Again, my hand goes to the this sweet goes into mouth. Then buddhi will say again, but this time I say, okay, so gole baat do, doctor go, I'll eat something. So what happens is getting established in Jnana will be some up and down.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay, Jnana to Jnana Nishta will take time.
Yes.
Getting rid of samskara. Now here you have to understand the difference. There are some people who are fortunate. They have come to Jnana after all vasanas kshaya. They have developed Shama, Dama, Tiriksha, Uparati, Shraddha, Samadhana, Mumukshatva. They have developed it fully. They are called Uttama Sadhakas. When they come to the Guru and Guru gives them Tattvamasi Jnana, they are liberated because no more the earlier vasanas are not disturbed because they are not there.
Yes,
Are you
Prabhuji.
clear?
Yeah,
But for
yeah.
most of us in the modern day, we get Jnana first and then establishment happens later. Samskaras and vasanas will be there. We'll have to get rid of them, slowly applying Jnana.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Are you clear? The first
Yes,
category is called Shravana Matrena Mukti. Listening, he gets a Mukti. Over. Because his Vasana Samskaras are already not there.
Yes,
For us,
Prabhuji.
Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasa, Seva has to be continued, or Vasana Samskara will go.
So, Shravana itself will not reach our mind
No,
initially.
Shravana will reach our mind. Okay, Manana will deepen it. Nididhyasa will help us to get rid of some old Vasanas. Okay, then again you do Shravana. Shravana will be much more clearer.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ultimately, Shravana alone gives liberation.
Yes,
Manana
yes,
Nididhyasa is removing the obstacles
yes,
of Shravana.
yes, Prabhuji.
So, Shravana Matrena Muktihi is the teaching of Vedanta.
Yes, Prabhuji. I understand that. I appreciate.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Mukti doesn't come from Nididhyasa. Nididhyasa is helping you to get rid of some existing Vasana Samskar.
That is for Manonasha.
No. Manonasha is Jnana only.
Okay, 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 Prabhuji.
Jnana only.
Okay.
Samskar. Manonasha, where is Manonasha? Is Nasha possible? Nasha possible for anything?
Ahankara Nasha. In the
Ahankara,
presence of
Nasha can be possible.
Jnana.
Nasha is possible if something is there.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes,
If there is Ahankara is not a solid entity, what
yes,
Nasha can happen to that? Huh?
yes. Illusion, yes.
The Nasha will happen only with Jnana, clarity.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Illusion is understood as illusion.
Yes, Prabhuji. I'll start seeing the rope.
Huh?
I'll start seeing the rope with Jnana.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Anybody else any questions? Okay, we'll go to the next topic.
Thank you, Prabhuji.